Coronation Fund Managers, founded in 1993 in Cape Town, current assets under management of 578 billion rand.
It got above 600, so it's been going down in recent months, so that's going to be interesting. But it really is probably the preeminent South African asset manager in terms of its profitability and visibility in recent times.
Market cap 23 billion rand, PE here of 14.7, dividend yield 6.8%. Coronation has long been a talking point, and little shine having been eliminated from that story for some time now.
Very much so. And you see that reflected, as Paul says, in the assets under management coming down. And I think that trend is quite entrenched. They give, I think, a quarterly update of their assets under management, and it's been quite a string, unfortunately, of repeated decreases in assets under management, notwithstanding the increase in the market. So that's really a negative trend. It's almost a victim of its own success, this business. It's got so big and been so successful over the 23 years that it's almost gone ex-growth. And I think that's unfortunately the story with Coronation. There are new, smaller players coming up, and they must probably eating away at the asset base of Coronation.
What do they say when you're at the top? There's only one way to go, and that is down. Is that what we're seeing unfold?
This could also be like a mid-cycle sort of pause before they regather their, shine. I don't know. The industry is a very trendy, driven one, and certainly the financial advisors who sell these asset managers don't help. Because what happens is a reputation is established for having a hot hand, and then all the money flows in, and then people feel like they need to do something, so they want to fire the fund manager.
When the money flows in, the assets under management balloon,
exactly,
in the case of
and then there's a tendency to, kind of believe your own cooking, so to speak. I don't know, I'm mixing metaphors here.
Eat your own cooking.
So then, everyone gets excited, and these companies can actually help support the share prices of the companies they really like, because they're constantly buying them with their inflows. So in a market of ours, like ours, which can be a little bit on the small side.
What about the rockstar asset manager element?
Well, Anton Piller is the CEO, but they have had success. Carl Leinberger is still there. Some of their
Neville Chester's still there.
Exactly.
Gavin Jabez.
And what I like
there.
about them is they're growing their own younger crop of superstars as well, because they've had a lot of recruiting and intake of young, talented asset managers that we'll see come through.
Is this just a pause for Coronation, as Paul is perhaps throwing around on the table?
Pause on the downhill, maybe, not on the uphill. I mean, that's my feeling, unfortunately. I think it's past its shine. It really, the end of 2014 was its absolute pinnacle. And then if you remember, it really put its weight behind Abel, which blew up, unfortunately. And that signifies almost the start of the decline. The shine came off, and they haven't really been able to regain that shine. And it's in this downward trend.
So let's have a look at the share price graph. And
so 2015 was not a good year for them.
A little lackluster.
Since then it has rebounded a bit with the market, but it's all in the mix, because in that period when they did so well, they kind of did everything right. They were not in resources while they needed to be, and then they made the switch, and they were in healthcare and consumer and all that sort of stuff. But we've lived this. We know how this goes.
Yeah, it's difficult to always be on the right side of the market.
Yeah.
Hot or not, Lance?
Not on this one.
Hot, not?
I'm going to say not hot. The declining assets is a bit of a concern. The performance fees, I think it's going to be treading water for a while, and it's going to take a bit longer before there's a rebasing of expectations.